Hello and welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my BMW E93 M3 post-transformation. If you haven't seen the video on that, I suggest you go and have a little look at that. You can skim it, some of it's pretty boring, but this car has recently been transformed and it is about to undergo another transformation, a slightly noisier one this time. I'm off to meet my twin brother, Mr. J.E., real name James, and he is in his E92 M3 in Santorini Blue as well. It's going to be the first time the two cars meet up together, so it's quite cool, and we're both getting new exhausts done to the cars. Not just a new exhaust system, but actually a modification of the stock system. So there's a guy called Mod Stock who's very well known in the kind of the E90 and actually BMW world for modifying stock exhaust, taking the OEM box and fiddling with them. We'll go into exactly what he does when we kind of meet up, and he gets the good goods out and starts fitting them to the cars. But it's effectively a really neat solution you can do with your existing OEM exhaust. He has a constant rolling stock of people's OEM boxes. He then modifies, and then, so basically he turns up and he's already got one done. He doesn't modify yours there and then. He'll take your old box, but he will bring another one with him, pre-modded, to put onto your car. Hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but I'm not very good at explaining things. So anyway, we're off to go and meet him and my twin brother in matching M3 V8s. Now, it should be worth mentioning that my brother has obviously got the coupe and I have got the cab. So this cab, many of you will know the story already. There's a very good reason why I've got this car. I bought it back very recently. There's a video on that as well. Go and have a look at that if you really care that much. My brother, again, the reasons why he bought his car, that's on my channel as well. We're not going to go into all that again, but let's just say these cars have got a very special place on mine and my brother's heart, so we're quite excited to kind of fiddling with them, and as with all of my cars, just making them OEM plus. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money on this car, getting it back to how it was brand new when I originally got it, and my brother is really fastidious with his cars as well. He really kind of nitpicks and looks after his as well, so he's going to be doing a transformation to his after the exhaust, so he's going to get all the paint sorted, absolutely everything. I think he's going to put it through a main dealer service, but he's going to put the exhaust on first, and I'm doing it back to front. Before we get on with the video though, I'm just going to let you listen to this actually stock, because contrary to popular belief, I thought when I got this car back it had my modified exhaust on it from when I first had it, but it turns out that's actually been taken off. I was mistaken. I thought it had the modification on it. I thought it was a bit quieter than I remember, but it's actually been put back to stock when it got sold again at the main dealer. So if you want to listen, actually, we'll just put it in M mode here. We'll get it. I mean, it sounds good. There's not really a lot to it. It could sound a lot better. There's a big old V8 under the bonnet there, and these things can sound amazing. I've watched numerous YouTube videos of them. So I thought I want to just release a little bit more noise, potentially a little bit more power, but I don't really care about that. I just want to release a little bit more noise in a kind of safe and controlled and non-chavvy way. So I'm going to leave the tips as they are. We'll get on to all of that. For now, here we go then. We've arrived at this very glamorous location and we've got Chris from Modstock. Chris is actually there working away, but this is his van. Many of you will have seen Chris online before, or Chris's work certainly, or certainly heard it before. Chris basically specialises, as I mentioned in the introduction, in modifying standard exhaust systems, but he does all sorts of stuff, so make sure you hit his Instagram. I'll pop that up on the screen now. And make sure you hit his website as well. Loads of bits going on in there, and Instagram is a very noisy place to go and have a look at what he does and listen to those as well. But we've got both cars up on the ramp. Really cool to have them together for the first time. And we've also got another E92 M3 here, owned by friend Jack. An avid viewer on the channel. Jack, are you an avid viewer on the channel? Would you say you're an avid one or a casual viewer?
Avid viewer.
Avid, good. Avid is good. Do you skip the ads when they come on, or do you?
Let them play.
Let them play. Let them play. Good, good, good. And we click all the links in the pinned comment. So a good thing to do. But this is Jack's new beast. He's recently picked this up actually. So it's an E92 M3 non-LE 500, but I think actually it looks better for it. He's got diamond cut wheels, and we've got carbon lip on the back there. Carbon roof as you get on the coupe, and he's got red interior as well. This is actually a very, very wealthy spec. Very wealthy indeed. Cool car, and actually a very rare, nice example, because there are so many pigs. Didn't you have a faff finding a nice one of these?
Yeah, the only thing you can do with these though, that people can blag, is service history. People can say it's got full BMW history, and if it hasn't, with it, you can phone BMW UK and find out.
So you actually did some sleuthing to help James. What are you doing over there? As I was saying then, you actually helped JE out with his purchase, because service history is really, really important with these, particularly the running in service done at about 1,000 to 1,200 miles. 1,500. So if it hasn't had the running in service, a lot of these have been abused, wrapped around trees, a million owners, modified, treated like hell, missing services, crashes, all sorts of stuff. So it's actually really difficult, and loads of them are high miles as well. So it's actually really difficult to find a nice one.
BMW at any age of the car, give them the VIN number, and they will tell you everywhere it's been for its life.
Perfect. So make sure you do that with one of this video though. Hello James.
Hi Tom.
Hi,
Sorry,
James.
I was just, you know, tied up with things.
Pro cuts.
We've been busy.
Pro cuts, James. Thread protect.
Lots of different things going on, Tom.
Yeah, a couple of new businesses in the past couple of weeks. James.
Yeah, couple of new ones.
Couple of new ones. There's some more coming, so you stay tuned for that. James. Right, okay, so we've got both our cars out there. We're not actually here to talk about how to buy an M3. This isn't how's that been doing?
Which car?
It's not a witch car, is it, James?
Which car, Tom?
Okay, right.
Buy witchcraft. Haha.
I might have to cut that out. So we've got both of our cars here up on the ramp. This is your one. You have the coupe. It's actually cool to see this car. I hadn't actually seen this car in the flesh. I've only ever seen it when on that terrible video I edited that you thought was a good attempt at making a collection video, James.
You suggest it was good enough, Tom?
Okay. It's done quite good views, James.
Tom, there's a theme.
You appear on the channel, it does well. I appear on the channel, it does badly. Okay?
There we go. What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll get you in the thumbnail.
Tom, there's some lovely birds in this establishment. Can you hear the chirping?
Chirping. This industrial estate has absolutely nothing to do with us. We just looked on a map for industrial estates. So we parked here, it's shut. So anyone thinking they can turn up to Weber and they can find one of us, crack on. No, it's German, isn't it? Weber.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
German, it's the funniest chat I've heard.
Right, so your coupe is up on the ramp. Let's get on to the exhaust modifications then. Both cars are stock. And what I said at the intro was actually I'm mistaken. I thought this car had the modified box done to it that I did back in 2014, but they actually put it back to standard, unbeknown to me, at BMW before this was sold to its second owner. I am, of course, the third and also the first. So it's gone back to standard, so I'm actually getting it done again. This was actually done back in the day by Chris 7 years ago, which is quite cool. And kind of techniques have moved on a little bit since then. The business has developed, and we've now got the two systems on the floor here. So these are both going into each car. They are actually identical, are they not, James?
Yes, they are, Tom. We're going for the same because we don't want to, you know.
We're going for the same. So I'm keeping the tips OEM. I like OEM, James, and James is going for OEM as well. But yours are actually hell. Let's have a look around here. James actually needs new tips. I'm going to just keep my standard tips on there. But James's tips are a complete nightmare. They're revolting. I don't know what's happened there. Has it been in a shunt, James?
Overspray, isn't it?
Overspray, it's been in a shunt. Watch out.
There's some tarnishing, Tom. Some light signs of wear, but Tom, it's a clean car. And at the end of the day,
how many miles, James?
That's not
it's done 35,000 miles, Tom.
35, that's quite high.
History. The last owner had it for the last 7 years. He cherished it. He really enjoyed it. It's not how many owners. It's very low mileage, very good condition, very good example, very good purchase of mine. I really enjoy it. And thank you very much for watching. Hell.
This is Chris. His glasses. The glasses are actually a very good idea. It prevents things going in your eyes, I presume.
If I'm honest with you, I don't care if I look like an idiot because
that's the attitude. Safety first, Chris.
Mate, if I can.
Get under there, lads. Get under there and get the horse in.
So the magic is in progress. The stock exhausts are coming off, and these are the new systems. So there's actually a number of options you can get. As you can see, 2-pipe mod. You can get these. Basically, these boxes are full of perforated pipes. Effectively, there's
Exton 2, Exton 1. It's like when we came out of the womb.
Yeah, you Exton 1.
They didn't want to mix us up. I was Exton 1. I was in a bad place.
Yeah, you're on an incubator and all them next ones. So Perforated pipes come in there as a standard. There's like perforated pipes everywhere, and the idea is the more of those perforated pipes you turn to solid pipes, the more aggressive it gets, because the air is literally funneled straight through. It doesn't faff around in there being perforated through the pipes. So we've gone for the 2-pipe mod, as you can see scientifically on there. Really cool mod stock branding on there actually, and some new heat shields as well. Interesting fact alert, you can't actually buy these from BMW. So if you get any problems with your heat shields and you need new ones, BMW will charge you for a whole new exhaust just for that. Just for one of those. Just for that. So Chris is actually manufacturing his own. So if you have any problems with your heat shields, come to Chris, because he will save you from getting a whole new exhaust. So yeah, that's an interesting fact of the day. I know my stuff, don't I?
Yes, you do. And we've
nah, just repeating what I heard 5 minutes ago.
Metal over here as well, look.
Hold on, is this going in the car as well?
Yeah, this is going in the car as well.
Oh, you're joking me?
Okay, so there's got 2 cats in the car from what I understand, or 4, is that 4 cats? 4 cats, but 2 sets, primary and secondary, is that right, Chris?
2 meters.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
So, 1. So the primary cats, look, you can see here, so they actually decat the primary cats.
How?
So they gut what's in there.
Yes.
And then they neatly weld it back up.
Nice.
So that you get, this is the biggest single, shut up for a second, will you? This is the biggest restriction apparently in the E92, Tom.
Okay, James.
And Chris was saying that there's a noticeable difference in responsiveness and power and all that stuff once you gut these cats. And the key thing is, when the car's in the air, Tom, for MOT, you know, we've still got cats.
Still part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good, James. And then the other cats are down there.
And they remain intact, Tom. We don't want to do that. It's effectively.
So we've gone for 2-pipe mod.
With primary decat.
Okay, and 2-pipe refers to the amount of pipes inside.
There's another one.
Here we go.
Oh no, we've got.
Turning into a little meet-up. Listen to this.
Sounds good, that one does.
Are we going to get a downshift?
Just 2.
Oh, we got a little downshift there.
Just a little downshift.
The gentleman has his girlfriend in the passenger seat. I'm not sure she's going to appreciate turning up to this. So these go in the car anyway. So catch up in a minute then, and we're going to go into what it all sounds like and all the rest of it, because it's fair to say these actually sound crap standard, yes?
Yeah, the key thing is actually just one thing, that once you do this, me and Tom were very keen to preserve OEM look,
yes,
standard tips, no drone or rubbish.
Okay, fine, good. Okay, yeah, catch up in a minute then. So both exhausts are off. It actually looks very odd having a car with no exhaust there. Eventually one day these might be electric, they might have to be converted, so they might end up looking like that. That's absolute nonsense. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, quite cool to have them both off. But we're still a work in progress, so check back in a second. Actually, hold on, we have another E92 M3 has turned up actually, and this is a Perez Black, I believe. The badge has actually been changed to a black one very shortly, so that's why there's no badge on there. I was actually just saying, to the gentleman who owns this car, I'm not going to shove a camera in his face because that's not very polite, but I'd actually, if I had my time again, I'd actually buy a coupe in this spec or this spec, because I actually just think they look a little bit nicer than Santorini Blue. But unfortunately I was a chav, so I'm stuck with Santorini Blue. But these kind of spec here, they're just looking better with age, and I just think they're a really, really sensible, clever place to put your money. And this chap here has got 12mm spaces on the front and 15 on the back, and that actually makes the arch gap there a lot better. So that is modified with spacers, no drop on the suspension, and that is stock. Modded stock. Actually looks a lot better. Just little tweaks like that, I just think it looks sick. So that is on the wish list for my car, very definitely. Well, everything is now out then, and just a couple of little bits that I actually want to show you that I didn't appreciate before Chris just showed me. So this little mounting plate here, they actually get into quite a state. So apparently mine's quite a good one. This is actually seen as good. He does see a lot worse. As you can see, that's corroded, rusted, a little bit of a mess. But as part of the package here, we'll just put that down nicely, we actually get some shot blasted, powder coated, nice new black mounting plates there. So that'll be going on with my exhaust and with yours, James.
Yes, because that is a state.
Sorry, state. Yeah, yours is a bit of a mess actually.
Yep.
Another thing to note as well, when we said about the cats earlier, these cats, this is the top side, and actually on the underside here, sorry mate, the MOT tester will see that. Looks completely standard, so that will get through an MOT as well. So very, very clever stuff there. And the other thing as well, this is actually my gearbox housing here. On a lot of M3s, the rivets go on them, so that black piece in the middle becomes detached from the silver bit. Now it is all bolted, so it can't completely fall off, but this will rattle around and the rivets do go on them as well. And Chris here is, as he's just been saying, a firm believer that he's not going to put anything back in the car that isn't completely correct. So he's actually sorting that out as well. Nothing to do with him, the gearbox housing, nothing to do with the exhaust, but he's just doing a thorough job. It's actually quite cool. It says E92 M3 on there as well. Just if anyone's in any doubt what goes on in there. But yeah, all part of the service. Lovely stuff. And some more nerdy detail for those that care. The welds actually on here are done in stainless steel, not mild steel. So that means they will not rust and be an absolute mess in a couple of years' time. These will actually stand the test of time. So again, more details there for those that care. It's all very interesting stuff actually. I'm learning a lot here today, James.
Yeah, I think it's interesting.
So this is the standard system here, as you can see, no welds, no messing around. So what Chris will do, he will take these away and then modify these, and then these will be then sold on in their modified state. That's how.
I should sell them boxes and make a bit more money because they were yours.
I might sign one of these. I think this one was mine. Which one's more seized? Yeah, your one's a mess, so that's yours, James. All right, okay, look at your tailpipes. You okay there? But we're actually going to use my tailpipes because they're actually in really nice nick. Another little bit of info for you all. This is the earth cable. This effectively stops you from being electrocuted and also aids some signals in the car. But these always snap. The water runs down from here down to the bottom there, and they tend to snap there. Mine are okay, but this is actually my brother's car. So that is a snap one. Chris here will actually replace it with this nice, shiny new one. Nice and strong. That is not going anywhere, but that's all part of the service as well. So it's not just a kind of modification, it's actually OEM plus and an upgrade to a number of kind of very common issues with these cars. So that's quite cool as well. I promise we're nearly done. There'll be no more nerdy facts. We're getting on with it, I promise. So Felix here, he wasn't just turning out to be friendly, he's actually just changed the tips. So they did look like the chrome ones there, but now he's got these slash cut tips here, and he's recently had the 2-pipe mod, I think. Is it 2? Has he had 2?
2-pipe mod, yeah.
2-pipe, there we go, I've been listening. Here we go. No Decat though on this one. So a slightly more subtle affair, but a very nice burble to it. So mine, I suspect, is going to be slightly louder than that. There we go. Lovely stuff. Does look good. And he was actually telling me about the badge that he's put on the back, a little black M3 badge. I've just ordered one off eBay, so that is now coming as well. So thanks to Felix for that. 30 quid spend there. And he's got black grille on the front there as well. Very nice, tasteful spec. Sounds good as well. Ciao. That colour's sick. It's got a bit of blue in it as well. Lovely stuff. Right, that's all very exciting. Should we get on with our cars now? Oh, Jay's got a puncture as well. He's just found a nail in his tyre, so West London.
And a leaking DCT.
And DCT leaking as well.
To be a comedian because you're chatty junk, mate. There you are. Alex has come out.
Alex from West London Tyres is here fixing Jay's puncture as well. So very busy afternoon.
It is, yeah. And
these guys are absolutely the best. Alex here, he's actually helped me out on a number of occasions when I've been in quite a sticky situation with my tyres. So do give him a shout if you need anything in the London area. Very affable chap.
Very thorough. And do you know what? I just realised I was in the van. I wouldn't expect anything else, but even just little things like he actually protects your alloys when he takes the tyre off. The amount of people that just give you an Allen Kirbishley when you don't want it. This guy's got this little yellow guard. He's got all the tools going on in the back, so it's nice. I didn't check up on him. I went for a chat, and he actually bought me a Diet Coke as well. So anyway, I'll stop talking rubbish, but there we go.
Okay, James. They're not listening by this point. Shut up.
Shut up, mate.
All right then, what you've all been waiting for, the revs. You've probably skipped to this point anyway, so let's get on with it. Let's do a cold start. Jay, you first please, mate. Oh, hell. It's a cold start. Let's do mine. Bear in mind they're exactly the same. Whoa. So they're cold. We're not going to be revving them. We've got rod bearings to worry about apparently.
We'll let them do their cold cycle and then maybe a bit of beat.
It's quite a lot of noise.
We'll let them do the cold cycle, let them warm up properly.
Yes, James.
And then you can hear a little bit of load because they don't want to hear just that.
Well, I'm sending you around the block.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, you're going around. Yeah, you're doing a little lap there.
They do sound a lot better though, already. That's a symphony.
Yeah, a lot louder. I'm very happy with that. My neighbours are not going to be happy with that. Blue smoke.
It's not a turbo.
Blue smoke. He loved it.
Have you seen the chassis, Tom? It starts here and it ends here. Get it to 70 degrees.
Got to get 70 degrees around it.
Not before you drive off, but you need to get it to 70 before you start giving it any beat.
Okay.
I heard you the other day, you just started ripping.
Rod bearings.
I've upgraded rod bearings.
How? So now the cold cycle has stopped. And actually really quiet. You can barely hear that on, which is actually ideal. Nothing more annoying than a car just jangles your brain whilst idling. It's really quiet. Listen. Just a little burble going on there. And James is on as well. We're just letting them warm up a little bit, and then he's going around the block, so you can listen to some revs.
Barely any different, which is perfect. It's until we want to give.
So that's pootling along kind of levels of pressure.
Go on, give us a bit of that again, Chrissy boy.
There, you like that?
This is pootle. This is what we call pootle.
Pootle mode.
A little bit, but not. By the way, we're not expecting this to sound loud. We're showing how usable.
Nah, that sounds a lot better. Rod bearings then. So just before I go, Chris has come up with a very valid point about rod bearings. I know I get 1,000,001 comments. Rod bearings, shouting. But apparently that's actually a thing. So what happens if the rod bearings go, or a rod bearing?
So it'll score the crank and then you need a new engine basically.
Perfect. So what kind of bill are you looking at if one lets go and you haven't sorted out?
£6 plus.
£6 plus.
For a replacement engine, obviously second hand. 30 grand if you go to BMW.
Wow.
For the sake of 1,200 quid, there's some good guys around that can do it. You've got Paul Munbury just in Hoddesdon, Munbury Motorsport. He's a good guy. He'll do it for you.
Okay.
And you've got RD Automotive over in Kent.
Okay.
Both really good guys, and for the sake of 1,200 quid. Just
1,200 quid to get it sorted, and they put upgraded ones in.
Yeah, you can either go with stock, same again, but obviously the idea of it is that once you've replaced them, you treat it well, you don't give it any beans before 70 degrees,
Yeah.
and then you know that they're good and they won't let go. But it's not knowing
Yeah.
how it's been built.
Yeah, that's it. So I kind of roughly know the history of mine. So about 10,000 miles that I don't know about this lady driver, but I'm actually going to get that done. James, rod bearings, are you going to get them done?
I'd be mad not to.
Absolutely mental not to. So I'll leave the details below that Chris just discussed of guys you can go and get that done at, but I'm going to go and get them actually done. That'll be another video, won't it, James?
Yeah, it'll be another video.
Why has that just got louder? Is it because it's warm?
And it goes from side to side basically because it's sitting idle, it's doing another cold start cycle.
Ah, okay.
Your car would have done it before, but you wouldn't have noticed it because there's nobody.
Ah, okay. Perfect. Rod
Shall I
bearings.
do a little drive now?
Yes.
We're just checking. Oh.
You like
No
that?
words.
It was so
But do you know
great.
what I like about it the most? It's only like that when you want it to. That's just what's perfect.
Yeah, it's only
That's
like
perfect.
perfect, James. James, that's perfect.
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 Do you want to hear it down here or not?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Tom?
Off you go then,
It's your
boy.
video, Tom.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, I won't floor it.
About 25 minutes now. Come on. Hurry up. Safe to say that is a lot louder. I'm buzzing. I'm actually buzzing to get the roof down and ham foot it on the way home. So I'm going to get a GoPro in and we'll get some driving stuff on the way home. But it's safe to say I'm very pleased with that. It looks good. Yeah, I got the idea there, James.
Did you like it?
Are you happy with that? Did you like it more to the point?
I've enjoyed myself more than I can put into words, actually. That sounds sick.
It sounds very good. Very happy with that. Very happy with that. And obviously my sound's exactly the same, except I've got no roof, so it's going to be even more chaotic. Bloody hell. All right, let's go before we get kicked out. Thanks for that. the hell?
It's hell.
Here we go. Safe to say then, this is night and day compared to how it was before. With the roof off. Absolute chaos. I'll try not to swear. I want to say a huge shout to Chris. Thank you so much at Modstock for doing this to mine and my brother's cars. Safe to say, if you want anything done to your exhaust on your M car, C63, whatever it is, get in touch and he'll advise you on the best way to do it. I'll leave his Instagram on the screen. But for now, I've got a dash. I'm running out of battery and memory on the memory card. But thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this and you'll be hearing more of this car and my brother's M3. I want to say actually, without laughing like an absolute idiot, that driving like now, pulling up to a set of lights, you can actually live with it. You don't go into silly revs, you're absolutely fine. You can't really hear anything. It's only when you're being a tit, it goes straight through and you get that stupid noise. So it's actually very livable with. He's done an amazing job. I'm really, really pleased. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching. Do subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye.